I'm going to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
Flyers flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man Saul Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So we all know what happened, man. You know, the Dallas Cowboys, they got the better of us. It is what it is. Let me make sure everything's there. It is what it is. They got the better of us. They won the game. The Nick Sirianni looked ridiculous. Before we get into all this, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. But look, man, I mean, I don't really know where to start, man. I guess we'll start with Jalen Hurts. I think that's what everybody's like upset about right now. Everybody's like on one side of the fence. I feel like you're either saying it has nothing to do with him or you're saying that, you know, it has everything to do with him. So, I mean, you know, Jalen Hurts, honestly, I've been asking this question to a lot of people. If you go back to all his 7 games, I can't really think of a game that he had 4 quarters of just consistent play, of him just being a good quarterback for 4 quarters consistently. I can go back and find you a good half of football. I can go back and find you a good quarter, a couple good drives, but I really can. It's really pressing for me to find a full game that I can sit here and just say, you know, they did great. He's a question mark right now. We said this. Well, I said this going into the season, that at the end of the day, I wasn't too high or too low on him. I still didn't know who he was. And as these games begin to unfold, I think that we're learning who this guy is. And I think as Eagles fans, we have to be understanding that he is going to be who he is. It is what it is. Like, we are in a position that we needed him, or really he needed to prove that he was without a shadow of the doubt that guy. And if he continues to play like he's playing, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't think that he's proven anything. You know, look, we can go back and forth about his arm strength all day, whether he's taking something off because he's trying to overcompensate. Maybe he's trying to throw it too. I don't know what's going on, but it's just not working. Nothing he's been doing lately has been working. Nick Sirianni has a big part in it, though, right? Nick Sirianni has to. These play designs are not player friendly, as much as he wants to say it in the beginning of the year that, you know, it was all about competition, it was all about getting the players' strengths. They said all the right things, man. And even after this, you know, even after this loss, Jalen went out there and took all the blame. He said it was on him, it wasn't on anyone else, and that's cool, man. But I'm really getting tired of all this talk. I really am. Like, if we look at last year and we look at this year, what is the difference? What is the difference? Like, I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm just trying to be realistic. Like, the scariest thing going into the season is to be in the same position that we were last year. I'm okay with not being good this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with being not good this year. I'm okay with losing games this year. But if we're not going to learn anything along the process, it's going to be a long year, man. It's going to be a long year. I hope that Jalen Hurts can get it together. I hope that he can, whatever it is, maybe it's physical, maybe it's mental, I don't know what it is, but I'm hoping he can figure out whatever it may be, because right now the Eagles are looking really bad. The positive side to this, to be honest, though, is, look, if all fails, if he's as bad as he has been in this, you know, I'll just stick to the Cowboys game. If he's as bad as he was in the Cowboys game for 14 more games, the Eagles are going to probably be looking at a couple high picks, right? You know, the Dolphins are having some trouble. I think they might have won, but the Dolphins are having some trouble. The Colts obviously can't win, but Carson's playing every down. So, I mean, we came into this season trying to, like, relay the message that it's not going to be all roses and rainbows this season. It's really to learn who this team is. I know, and I told you guys, you know, as the season goes on, I get more unrealistic. I get more hyped on the team because I want us to win. So for me to really sit here and say I think we're going to lose a game is probably not going to happen that much. It is what it is. But I've told you, you know, the floor for this team is a 6-win team, 5-6-win team, and that's what we're looking like right now. Realistically, that's what we're looking like right now. So I don't know. We'll get into some of these comments, man. I'm gonna let y'all kind of drive this a little bit because I know everybody's talking about this loss. So whatever you guys want to talk about, I'll give you my opinion on it. I know there's a lot of different opinions on this game right now, man. So I mean, let's have it, man. Let's go, right? Let's just go. I already see all the Cowboy fans in here. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Dom. He did win our little bet. If you guys were in the show that I did like the day before, he said that if we lost, he wanted to come on and talk his talk. He said he doesn't want to do it. He said he's going to let us live. So shout out to him, but he did win, man. Congrats to y'all. What's good? Be more careful. What's good? Big D in the building. He said it's more coaching than Hurts, but by no means he's not at fault. I understand what you're saying. The coaching definitely is a big problem. They're definitely not helping the situation, but it comes at, I just don't get it. I really don't. I'm really starting to think that Sirianni's just a yes man and that this is all Lurie and Howie. And that's so like tinfoil hat, like it really is, because I really feel like if you're a GM and you're a owner of a team, you just kind of give the keys to your coach and say, go make us, go win us some rings, go win us some games. I mean, that's what you did with Andy Reid. It worked. We didn't win a ring, obviously, but I don't know. I feel like you gave some leeway to Doug Peterson. Maybe Doug Peterson himself wasn't the guy, but you saw the people that he brought in that were able to make something happen in Philadelphia. So I just don't get it. We go back to the 2017 team and say how we built that team, but did he? Did he really? You know what I'm saying? I'm really looking at this front office and really starting to kind of be like, this is scary. This is a little bit scary. I'm going to be 100% honest because I don't know if I trust these. Let me fix this. I don't know if I trust this front office to make the right decisions with 3 first-round picks next year. And that's what it comes down to. Do we trust these guys next year? And I don't know. If all fails, our defense, some trash, Sirianni got to give up play calling. I don't know. So this is an actual question, but has Shane Steichen ever called plays? What is Shane Steichen's record as a play caller? I like I said, I don't know. So maybe he has in his past, but I don't know if he does. So what are we going to, right? What are we going to? I mean, our defense, and this might be an unpopular opinion, I really don't think our defense did all that bad. Like, if you told me that we would only be down 20, I know only, but if you told me we were only going to be down 20-7 at the halftime and the Cowboys were going to have the ball for almost 20 minutes, I think they had it for more than 20 minutes in that first half. I mean, they basically had it like a whole quarter, right? They basically had it for like the whole second quarter. So I don't know. I think that the defense, obviously the run game is a little bit of not a little bit, it's a very big concern for me. And it goes on to those linebackers again, because they're just not filling gaps. You know what I'm saying? They're just not doing their job. Look, Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox are doing what defensive tackles are supposed to do. They're muddying up the run game. But at the end of the day, when you see Zeke cutting behind the line, that's because our defensive line's doing their job. But when he gets that extra 5-6 yards after the line, that's because our linebackers aren't filling the correct holes. So, it's a problem that we had last year. It's a problem that we've continuously talked about on the show over the past offseason, and it just doesn't seem like they're willing to fix it. So we'll see what happens. What's good, Carlos? Congrats on your win, bro. Congrats on your win. Let me know a full game where he had a good offensive coordinator. Running the ball, put hella pressure. I agree with that. Running the ball. Look, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not sitting here and saying that it's all over for Jalen Hurts. What I'm sitting here and realistically saying, which we all have to be honest about it, is that he hasn't shown us anything. At the end of the day, good players are going to make plays. And I feel like when the play's there's been a lot of times that he just has not made the correct throw, the correct decision, or it was just a bad throw or bad decision, and it comes down to that. It comes down to that. We have to analyze everything that Hurts is doing, because at the end of the day, next year or the year after, he's going to be looking for another contract. And that's just where we are as the Eagles. And this is by no means trying to knock anybody's opinion, because like I said, we all have our own thoughts on this. And like I said, I give 90% of the blame to Nick Sirianni. I really do. And I know it doesn't sound like that, but I give 10% of it to Jalen, because Jalen is the guy. Jalen has to be the guy, and that's what we need from him. And he just hasn't shown that. So that's where I'm at. Don't be surprised we hear Minshew doing more in practice this week. If they do that, it's just dumb. And I wouldn't be surprised either because we're impatient as a organization, but it's like, do you really see this team a quarterback away? Do you really see that? Do you really see us being a quarterback away or even just one player away, one position away? I think the coaching is more of something that needs to change than the roster. You have to figure out what you have in these young guys. Put Quez out there. Run the ball more than twice. Run the ball with Kenny Gainwell if you don't trust Miles Sanders. Like, I just don't get it. I really do not understand it. You run the ball for 24 yards, and then you just forget that you have him on your team. I just don't get it. What's good, Drew? What's good? Shout out to all the channel members in here, man. Shout out to all the channel members. Carlos, you still worried? What's good, Aishan? What's up, brother? Not anymore. Y'all shouldn't be too worried. But I will say this, man. I will say this. We are not the bar. You guys were supposed to go out there and win this, right? We had Kyle Humans on this show, and like I reiterated it, and it hurt my heart to say that to him because it's like, you want to kind of gloat to the face of the Dallas Cowboys. But at the end of the day, they were the bar. They are the bar for the NFC East. And to go out there and put out a putrid showing like that, and to feel like realistically you left something out there. Because it's not like we went out there, and we did get blown out. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but, it's not like we went out there and had zero chance in the game. We were making plays on defense. Like, to hold them as long as we did and to be in that game as long as we were with the amount of mistakes that this offense was making, whether it be penalties, bad plays, bad play calling, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, for us to be in the game as long as we were is a little bit of a testament to our defense. And I'm not saying that they're great, but I'm saying that they kept us in this game. They kept us in this game. Seeing that first turnover was beautiful. Was it a little bit of a freak happening? Maybe, it is what it is. But shout out to Sipos. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Sipos. We interviewed a couple players on this channel, and right now, man, no offense to none of them, Sipos is the only one that is making me proud right now. Everybody else is kind of I went down the draft list, man, and it's like, this is why I'm still on this Howie kick, because it's like, you look at this draft, and if Landon and Devontae Smith work out, awesome, but Milton Williams can't stop the run for his life. I mean, realistically, if we were being honest about Landon looked lost last night, and I understand that, the guy he was going against, Asa, I'm not even going to try and say his last name, he's apparently a athletic freak, very fast, undersized for a defensive tackle. Shout out to the guys that were sending me kind of this information on him. But, it's still, man, you still got to go out there and put something out there. And we just didn't. What's good, KJ? What's up? When he was comfortable at Atlanta game, Hurts looked very good. His feet get happy, and his ball placement suffers. I will say one thing, man. In that Atlanta game, there was a lot of things that I overlooked just because we won the game by a lot. If I'm being 100% honest. Because, like, in that first half, we probably should have been up like 21, 28, nothing. We were killing them. But there was a lot of times he just didn't make the plays that were there. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm bashing, Jalen, because there is so many people, that are at fault for this. But at the end of the day, we got to be realistic with him. He's the most important position, right? And I asked this to someone on like Twitter, I think it was. Be sure to go follow me on Twitter. All my stuff's right here. I asked him, would you rather be right now where we are, where we don't really know what we need, or would you rather be like the Dolphins, right? If we go through this year, like let's say that the Dolphins aren't good. And I know my roommate probably hears with me right now. I love the Dolphins, bro. It's my dog. But, let's look at it. They have almost everything except for the quarterback. That's their last question mark. But they have a whole bunch of draft picks. They have a head coach that I think the fan base at the very least, and the team believes in. So it's like, we can be there. I'd rather be there and just be looking for a quarterback. Because once you get a quarterback, the time starts ticking, right? The time starts ticking. Once you find your quarterback, then you have to build your team. If you can build your team, then find your quarterback, then God bless. And I know there's going to probably be some people in the comments like, bro, we were telling you this during the draft. And I was saying, go get Justin Fields or go get a quarterback if that's what you want to do. I just would have rather been in this position right now with a Justin Fields, where we're like, all right, this coaching staff is trash, but this kid has some potential. I haven't really seen anything out of Jalen Hurts that makes me go, this kid's going to be something. Even after the San Fran game, I was like, this is cool, but let's not get too high on him. Like, it is what it is, though. Howie doesn't want to pay Miles 2 carries. Are you kidding me? I don't know what I don't know what the game plan was going into this, if they even had one. Because for you to run the ball twice, and like I said, we were in this game. 20-7 is an ugly, score, especially at halftime. But there's no way we came out. If we would have came out, got the ball down the field, scored some points on that opening drive, you now it's 2010, now it's 2014, now it's a brand new game. Our defense was stopping them sometimes. Like that's the thing we were making some stops, and the offense literally didn't make them pay for anything. And I do feel like Dallas's defense is much improved, but they were down a lot of key players, so they were not great. They by any means, I do not feel like the Dallas Cowboys defense is great. They create turnovers when you let them. They're very opportunistic and they're fast. But there's no reason why our offense shouldn't have done something out there. You look at the San Fran game, and I could have made mistakes. I did. I make some, I don't even want to say excuses, but you look at that defense and you're like, okay, this was a tough matchup. I could see why you kind of went out there and put up a stinker. But you go against the Cowboys. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't feel like they got up for this game. That's really how I feel. What's good, Snapback? He said, bro, we suck, man. Hurts' arm not strong enough. He won't be there next year. And that's the thing. We've talked about this all off season, right? Like, what does he have to prove in order to stay here? And this was literally what you just can't do. Damn, I'm mad behind in the comments. All right, I'm gonna catch up. But this is just what you cannot do. You cannot go out there looking like this, man. This was bad. And you do give a lot to the coaching staff. Do not get me wrong. But when the plays were there, I didn't see Jalen Hurts making them consistently. And we've never seen it happen. You know what? Right now, I want in the comments, please let me know, what is Jalen Hurts best at? What if you were the coach, what would you do to get the best out of Jalen Hurts? Are you going to run the ball a lot? Are you going to do short passes? Because, we even look at that pass to Zach Ertz that was like literally like a toss. It was like a forward pitch, and that was a little bit behind him. We look at, the throw to, he was hit on that one, so I won't say that one. We look at another throw on to Ertz that was, 5 yards in front of him. So I want to know, what would you do? What do you go into this game saying, this is how we're going to get the best out of Jalen Hurts? Tell your wide receivers to get more open. I really don't know what to say. Remember what I said about Jalen? If all he's got isn't good enough, then it is what it is. Exactly. And it is. I love the guy. I really do. I hope that he succeeds just because he's a dope dude, bro. And I said this to Brandon. Me and Brandon were talking earlier. He's dope dude, iffy quarterback right now. Like, it is what it is. Like, Hurts can't keep his head on a swivel. I just don't know what it is. I really don't get it, because it felt like he sensed a lot of pressure that wasn't necessarily there. Just because the tackles are coming close to you doesn't mean that the pocket is collapsing. There was a lot of times I feel like he gave up on the play way before it was over. But I agree with you. Dank says, give me Sam Howell, baby. How is he doing? I haven't, I've been kind of keeping up on Penn State. We actually good this year. Feels good. The worst thing that could happen to me is that we go and get like Clifford or something. Like, that's something that the Eagles would do. Go get Sean Clifford because he's mobile. He's in North Carolina, right? That's an old boy from North Carolina. I'm hearing a lot of bad things about old boy from Oklahoma. What's his name? Rattler? Spencer Rattler? I got to look it up. Our defense looked good. Your defense looked great. We made your defense look, and I'm not saying that. I don't want you to say it like, oh, it's just because we suck. You guys do look much improved from last year, but there's no reason why we should have made you guys look that good. Like, it was just ridiculous. But Micah Parsons is a dog. I've said this before. It hurts me to see him run out that tunnel. Do you guys have a tunnel? I don't know. It just sounded like an old good cliche. What's good, Sonic? What's going on? I don't even see 6 wins. It's tough. I want to get an interview with whoever said that our schedule is the easiest in the NFL, because I do not see it. I do. Even the Raiders game is looking a little bit iffy now. The Panthers game's looking iffy now. A lot of these games that we thought were easy wins, that I was thinking maybe could be easy wins, are looking pretty iffy. Sam Howell looks like Butch. Give me Coral or Willis. Okay, I'm going to have to. I got a homeboy that works for USA Today. He covers the Penn State. He might be watching right now. He covers Penn State. I got to get him on here and maybe talk some college football. If y'all like that, let me know. Hurts needs to be developed. We draft another quarterback, and they'll need to be developed too. But see, this is the thing, though. You can develop someone only so far. We're gonna have to, if Hurts's arm thing, his arm, like at the end of the day, he's overthrowing balls. He's throwing deep balls short by like 10 yards. That's not something you can develop. I'm sorry, like you can't develop a natural instinct, and that's the thing. If he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. It is what it is. Like I understand that. Yeah, you're gonna have to work on a quarterback no matter who he is. But if you go get somebody like I don't know who's going to be the number one guy in the class, but if you go out there and get yourself a number one guy in the class with all the physical tools, then all you have to do is teach him the speed of the game. You got to teach him how to be, read the defense maybe, but there's a lot of things we got to teach Jalen Hurts right now if what we're seeing is who he is. But look, he has the work ethic. He has the mindset. He has the confidence to be that guy. It's just if you don't have the physical tools, you don't have the physical tools. Jalen Hurts played awful yesterday, but Nick deserved. Definitely, I agree. I said 90-10. I'll give 90% to Nick, and I'll give 10% to Jalen. I am sick. Are you like actually sick? Well, I hope you feel better. Or if you're just sick of this game, I feel you. And you know what I'm saying? You look at all the rookie quarterbacks and they all look trash this past weekend, and Hurts is definitely a rookie. I didn't see Chicago's game. Did Justin Fields get out there? I don't know. We can't use our situation and compare it to anybody else. You know what I mean? Like everybody's got a different situation. We have a team right now that just seems stuck on getting either coaches that want to just pass the ball 50, 60 times a game, or our front office is just making them do it. Like, we have to figure that out, because this is not the first time that we've had a coach that, doesn't run it that much. Even if you look at Andy Reid, he never really ran it that much. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know. And the one outlier of us being a very, very dominant running team, rushing attack, is the 2017 season. And what did we do then? We won the Super Bowl. So I just don't get why Howie, and if Howie and Jeffrey are going to have their hand in the pot that much, obviously I'm just, assuming that's what it is, or, making a guess, I guess. If they're going to have their hand in the pot that much, why don't you look at that season and be like, all right, well, let's just get a bunch of good running backs and an offensive line. I think we could deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But you're just not running the ball at all. I can't believe Siri literally ran the ball with our running backs 3 times. 3 times. Corey Clement, who is like their 15th different running back, had more carries than all of our running backs at this combined. It hurts combined, my man. And the thing that hurts is that the running game wasn't not working, right? It's not like the running game was terrible. It's not like he was getting nothing. You literally got a 24-yard gain and then just refused to run the ball again. You ran it once in the first half and once in the second half with Boobie Miles. Where does that make sense? How does that make sense? I just don't get it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 50 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe if you are new. We're on the road to 3K. Y'all know what I'm saying? I said the same thing, Lurie and Howie got a lot to do with it the past 2 weeks as far as them passing the ball like that. Even the first week, I can deal with that, though. If you're going to be a short pass team just to kind of suffice your GM, I can deal with that. If we're going to run a bunch of screens, do a bunch of weird stuff like that, I could deal with that. But if you're just going to have no running identity at all, I'm not cool with that. When you give your running back one carry, he breaks a 24-yard and going. Yeah, the coach is definitely on something. He's definitely on something strong. Reality. Bro, Dom, you know me, man. You've been with the channel for a grip. I know you're a Cowboys fan. You want to talk that talk. But I've been real. I've been as real as I possibly can while still having faith in my team. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I don't want to say I'm losing faith in my team. But like this is like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not even going to sit here and try to explain it. The defense got tired. Yeah, they were out there all game. They were out there all game. We saw the same thing with San Fran. And at some point, do you just get deflated? Do you just say, like, is it really even worth me going out here putting my body out there? We see Isaac Seamalu get hurt. We see Fletcher Cox down with a cramp for a while. Javon Hargrave gets a little beat up. Oh, Isaac Seamalu is not coming back for the rest of the year. I don't know if you guys read that, but he has a couple, because when we break bones, we break a couple all in his foot. I didn't even know you had a couple bones in you. I don't know nothing about the body, but he broke a couple bones in his foot. Apparently, he's not going to be coming back for the year, is what Derek Gunn's saying. You look at Kayvon Wallace, he's out for 3 to 4 weeks with, I think, a shoulder injury. I think it's probably another stinger. And if you look at the stinger history of the Philadelphia Eagles, we have killer bee stingers, apparently, because your career's over. Once you get a stinger in Philadelphia, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I just don't get it. I just don't get what's happening. I really don't. We were healthy for a week. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. Run the ball 3 times is football malpractice. I like that kid. Steichen played okay, and he's adamant about running the ball to his detriment most of the time. Okay, well then, see, that should be a beautiful. Thank you for telling me that. That should be a beautiful marriage. Then why that can't be? Like, I'm a little bit of country, she's a little bit of rock and roll, or whatever how that song goes. Like, that's where they need to find that little happy medium, man. Like, who runs this team? Is it the head coach? Is it Howie? Is it Jeffrey? Like, who runs this team? Like, y'all killing us, man. Y'all killing us. Miles gets 2 carries. Yeah, that's coaching Doug Peterson 2.0. Yeah, I mean, but that doesn't take away from the missed passes that Jalen Hurts had. That doesn't take away from the bad decisions that Jalen Hurts made. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. I agree with you guys 110%. It was 20-0. Was it? When at the half? It was 27 at the half. We going to act like the defense got us 7 points? I mean, they did. They did, didn't they? What do you mean? The penalties are also killing us. Way too many last night. Yeah, and I don't know the exact number that we got last night. But I know we were league leading, and we were like at 11 per game. So I know yesterday didn't help that much. Yesterday definitely didn't help that much. And it comes down to discipline. Your team's not disciplined, Nick. Your team is not disciplined, Nick. You got all these young coaches that want to be their friend. You know what I'm saying? And look, I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. I'm not going to sit here and say this is exactly what's happening. But to me, it looks like you all are friends and nobody's respected. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you don't do business with friends, right? You don't go into business with friends. You don't be a manager of a place, then hire your friend, because it usually ends bad. Because they might love you, they might have all the love in the world for you, all the admiration in the world for you, but do they respect you? Are they going to listen to you when it matters? You feel me? Like, we gave, and I said this when it happened, man, we gave a 23-year-old kid a C on his chest from 4 games. Like, I get that he's a leader in the locker room. He says cool things. That man has a saying for everything. But why put this much pressure on him? There's a very high probability that for the second year in a row, our captain might not be on our team next year. Why is that a precedence we're willing to set? Why is that a precedent we're willing to set? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Defense hasn't been that bad, but the linebackers and DBs have struggled. Schwartz seemed better than this. I would never say that. Now, I will say this about the DBs, man. Especially, Darius Slay's been locking dudes down. And I know it doesn't look like it because of the numbers, but really, because of the points, but he's been locking dudes down. He's done good. I haven't looked at yesterday's target versus, catch ratio, but the games before that, he was doing better than Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs just got better interception numbers. But look, I think that our DBs are doing well, and I think realistically, Steven Nelson's been one of our most consistent tacklers. The secondary scares me in the sense of the safety position. I love Marcus Epps, like his little grit, him going up and trying to knock the head off of Dalton Schultz. I love that. Even if he missed that tackle, honestly, I loved it. I loved every second of it. I'm here for it. He even let Dalton Schultz basically catch one just so he could pop him, and I'm here for it. But Anthony Harris, I feel like Anthony Harris is just getting more and more skittish as the games go by. Somebody said it in one of the comments to one of the videos I put out, and I couldn't have said it better than myself. And they were just saying that the linebackers wait. They hesitate at the line, and that's the thing. These defensive linemen are doing their job. They're doing their job, and the linebackers are just not doing theirs. And even Alex Singleton's getting me worried, man. Like you're getting tackles, and that's cool, but you got ran over by Zeke, which I'm not gonna hate on nobody for getting run over by Zeke, but you got ran over by Zeke, and that was embarrassing. But on a good note, Miles Sanders hurdled someone, and we never see any Eagles players hurdling people. It's usually our DBs getting hurdled, so that was good. I mean, I guess that was good and bad. Yeah, exactly. Facts. All right, I mean, our defense did what they could. Like, I don't think anybody can realistically go out there and say that we're going to hold them to under 20 with that team. Like, that team is offensively a juggernaut. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man. I like the defense. When that game was tied and Dallas got the ball and scored, that's when Sirianni should have scored. Exactly, I shine. That's real talk. Like, once you see, all right, we have a second life. Once it's 7-7, we have a second life. I know that you were on the you were basically on like the 1 or 2 yard line, but why throw it 4 times? Why not just try and give Miles at the ball, see if he can't get up the middle? You know what I'm saying? Dak did that to us. Dak freaking sneaked for like 4 or 5 yards off of his 1 yard line. So it's like, I just don't get the idea, man. You have to strip tag. Yeah, man. I mean, catch up with some of these. My bad. Shout out to everybody, man. We got 60 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that dislike if you're a Cowboys fan, so I can know who to kick out of my next chat. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Looking like we need a new offensive coordinator. It's only week 3. I mean, he's not calling plays. Nick Steichen ain't calling plays. So, I mean, I don't know if this is really his fault. Jalen is our guy. The coaching needs to change. What have you seen in Jalen to make you feel like that where you're hiding? I need to know. Make me feel better about it. Real talk. I'm not even hating. Y'all overacting about Hurts. It's not just him. But at the end of the day, he's one of the biggest question marks on our team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand why people are like, oh, it's not him, so we don't got to worry about him. Yes, we do. That's the biggest worry. Your quarterback's your biggest thing. That's the biggest piece of your puzzle. We need linebackers. They all suck. I agree with that. And I want to see Davion Taylor back out there, man. I didn't see this. I didn't look at the snap count yet, but I want to see how much he got, because honestly, I thought he was good, and I didn't see him at all last game. So I'm more of a 60-40. Okay, I respect that. I know Jalen is young, but I don't see him as the future. Can't make third. That's the thing. I can sit here and talk junk about the coaching all day, because realistically, they made so many mistakes, so many dumb, philosophies that they're following right now. But you look at what Jalen did, and he's just like, when it's there, he's not taking it. And that's when you have to do it. And it might be unfair to ask someone to be 100% on the chances you get, but he has to be. He has to be, because right now your team is not giving you a lot of chances. Your coaching staff is not giving you a lot of chances. So you have to be 10 of 10 every time. Every time. It is what it is, man. Never seen Jalen audible out of anything. He just runs what comes through the headset, no matter what the defense shows. And that's a shout out to NX750 Gaming. I've never seen that name, so shout out to you. But that's a really good point. That's a really good point. When do you, as a quarterback, get to say, or maybe he just doesn't have that power at all, but when do you get to go up to your coach and be like, bro, we got to run this ball? Like, they know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a player, you have to feel like that. You have to feel that. You have to feel like, bro, they know what's coming. Look at that little screen that they try to throw on, like, I want to say it was like 3rd and 8 or something like that, towards the end of the game. They try to throw a little RPO screen. Everybody knew it was coming. Literally everybody knew it was coming and was waiting on that side. So what does he have to do? He has to tuck the ball and run to the other side. It is what it is. Some can sit there and be like, well, why are we throwing a RPO? Because he's not making plays. He's not making throws when they're there. That interception to Trayvon, look, that was on Devontae Smith. I don't know why Devontae Smith keeps on falling every game. That's starting to piss me off too. But, like, if you look at that interception that he threw to Anthony Brown, bro, Brown is not even good. That's their second cornerback by default. Like, they hate him. They do not like him. We just made them like him. Like, that's one thing we got to realize. That was a terrible throw. That was underthrown by like 10 yards, bro. Like, and he wasn't wide open. It would have been a tough throw. It's a back of end zone, over the shoulder type deal. But at the end of the day, you have to make that throw. You have to. You have to. But yeah, what you're saying is true, man. At what point do you as a quarterback say, listen, we got to change this up? We are a sloppy team. Look at the flags. Yeah, facts. When the guy is open, you hold the ball. Throwing late, that's the problem. Jalen's issue are simple things that should be done well. They're not being done. Exactly. And I mean, look, the timing, is that something that you can get over some time? Yeah, but we've had 3 weeks now. You've had a full off season. Like, how much more time do you need to get timing with the same wide receivers? It's not like my camera died. But yeah, it's not like that, you're out here with 5 different offensive lines, 15 different wide receiver sets. Like, you're out here with the same people. What else do you need? Sipos the GOAT. Big facts. Shout out to my guy Sipos. I told him when he's at the Pro Bowl, I need him to hit me up. Yeah, the run defense it was sad. And it was all linebackers. It was all on the linebackers. It really was. They definitely kept us in the game. Can't expect. Yeah. What's going on, Ryan Rowe? We still hate Anthony Brown. See, I ain't capping. You feel me? I ain't capping. I don't be lying, bro. Damn, I got skipped. LOL. Respect. Wait. Yeah, I'm just mad behind. I ain't even gonna cap. I'm mad behind in comments. What's good, Cowboys fan talk, though? I see Kara in here. Kara OG. We have 2 top. We're not using anybody. We're not using anybody correctly, man. We really are. Epps is better than Wallace. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Epps is just basically a rocket. That's really what he is, man. He's one of those guys that he's all in on every play, which is dope. But I don't know if he's, I don't know if he's better. They're both kind of trash, from being real. We need Rodney McLeod back. Something's in the water in Philly. Players breaking bones too easy. It's I don't even know, man. At least Doug gave the Miles. Exactly. At least Miles was getting the ball 16 times. Richie said Nick Sirianni should wear a bring up Jordan Howard shirt. Probably not allowing it. Look, I don't know. We don't need Jordan Howard, man. Like, we really don't need Jordan Howard. We just need to run the ball. It went 7. Yeah, that's what I thought. 7-7 to 7-14 to 7-20. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I live in North Carolina. He's garbage. He's Mitch 2.0. Oh, damn. That's tough. I'm going with the passing game as a Howie thing. It has to be. We've seen this too long, ever since Howie's been here. And that's all I can really talk about because that's my tenure as an Eagles fan. But this is who he wants. He even said at the beginning of this year, we had Derek Gunn on here, and he even said it. He was like, listen, these guys want to be able to pass. That's what they want to do. They want to have a lethal offensive attack. They want what Kansas City has. That's who they want to be. You can't do that with a quarterback that can't consistently throw those balls, though. Yeah, it was 27.5. 14 penalties last night from us? Just us? Is that what it was? 14 penalties? Come on, man. That is crazy. That is crazy. So our average is going to go up. We're probably going to be around 12 or 13 a game. That's crazy. Then Diggs got the pick 6. Yeah, that was Smith, though, man. Smith be falling so many times. I don't know. Like, bro, nobody even touched you. How'd you fall? Like, and he did that against San Fran, too, and that could have been picked off. And it was on the 3rd down. Like, it's like, bro, what's going on with you? Smith is getting me a little bit worried, too. Yeah, I ain't going to cap. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Nick got them looking like a bunch of females out there. Man, I don't know. That's a little bit disrespectful. I feel like Kara was out there. She would have showed a little bit more heart. I'd rather win with 160 yards. And exactly. Everybody's bringing up, but he had 300 yards. He threw for this. He threw for that, but he lost. Did you look at those throws? You know what I'm saying? One of those throws was just a prayer that he threw up to Quez Watkins. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Yeah, I'm still mad behind. Shout out to my guy Jerry Lee, man, with the $5 super chat. Shout out to Jerry Lee. Actually, he got his own channel, so definitely go check him out. I'm gonna go work with him pretty soon, man. But I appreciate that $5 super chat. He said, Joe, they making Hurts make too many decisions at the line, and he's a rookie. RPOs are confusing him. You could see that. You know, realistically, I agree with you on that first part that they're making him make too many decisions. You know, as far as I really don't. I really don't even believe that because it's like they've simplified the game so much. Like the RPOs are supposed to simplify it. You know, RPOs are literally get the ball, and if one option's not there, you get rid of it. And instead, Hurts is trying to extend everything, which I get, but you can't do that on those plays. You know, you just can't because as soon as you take that extra second and your offensive linemen go down the field, you can't throw the ball anymore. So I understand what you mean. I think they're trying to simplify it as much as they can, even to a fault. So I don't know. It's really tough. It's really tough to figure out what the hell's going on. Heck is going on. Excuse me. Shout out to everybody in here, man. We got 70 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Like the video if you guys want to see how we go. Let me know. Jordan Love, Drew Lock, Marcus Mariota, trade for if this continues by trade deadline. See, I disagree. Richie, just because what's the point? What's the point? Is Jordan Love going to turn you into a competitive team? Is Drew Lock going to come? Drew Lock is definitely not going to turn you into. He might dance with you guys. Drew Lock is just like a white Jalen Hurts right now, if I'm being 100% honest. But anyways, Marcus Mariota has no future in the NFL as like a franchise guy. We need to find a franchise guy. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah, they should be. They should be to kind of simplify the game. They definitely should be. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's got to make these. He's just got to make the plays, man. That's really what it comes down to. You know, we could sit here, come up with, and I don't want to say excuse because I hate saying that. We have to analyze the game, I guess. But we could come up with every reasoning why things went wrong for him. But at the end of the day, things went wrong, right? And it had to do with Jalen as well, man. I don't see a need to call up Jordan Howard. I mean, we're not even playing Boston Scott. So, I mean, like, what do we need another running back for? I honestly don't even see us beating the Lions, Broncos, Chargers, or Saints. So that's 8 more losses in a row. I mean, we could probably beat the Lions. The Lions have shown some heart. I'll give them that. I think we could beat the Broncos. Chargers will be tough. Saints, if Jameis Winston stays kind of hot as he is, that'll be tough. But I don't know, man. I don't know. In the beginning of the year, I was telling you guys that I didn't see us going crazy this year. I thought it was going to be kind of just analyzing what we had, seeing what we had. But we'll see what happens, man. Yo, Hurts will be fine. We just need to run the ball. Also, linebackers and safeties are trash. We got to make some trades ASAP. I don't even know what trades I want to make, if I'm being real. Like, if we're going to go to the Jaguars and go grab one of their linebackers, like a Mike Miles Jackson or something, I wouldn't be mad at that. But I'm not too willing to give up these future picks for somebody that's just going to make us good this year. Like, don't do another Golden Tate trade. Like, that's not what we need right now. We need somebody for the future. We need somebody that's going to grow with this team. Nah, I'm crowning Minshew. Hey, Minshew's cool, man. Minshew's cool. Michael Dijon, can I get a wrench, please? Been watching you for a while. I got you, bro. I remember your name. I remember you. We only got 36 likes and there's 60 people in here. Can y'all hit that like button for your boy? I appreciate that. All right, I got to find your name real quick. Hold up. There you go. Got you, bro. I got you. Hurts will be fine. We just need to run the ball. Also, I already read that. I be rereading stuff so much. Stop giving up on Hurts. It's not him. This is what I'm talking. Like, you can't do this. You can't do this. First of all, I'm not giving up on Hurts. I'm being honest about what the hell just happened. But you can't say it's not him. You can't say that. It's just impossible to say that. Because if he was making every throw possible, right? If he was making all these great throws, but it was just bad play call, then okay, I understand it's not him. You can tell that. But it is him. I mean, he's making some terrible reads. He's making some terrible plays. He's not making the plays that are there. He's not taking the yards that are there. He's admitted to it. Maybe he's taking on too much of the blame, but at the end of the day, he does have blame. It's not all on everybody else. He's definitely has blame. Why did we not draft Micah Parsons? Because nobody listens to me. That's why we didn't draft Micah Parsons. Shout out to everybody that was on the Eagles content creator draft one. We had a bunch of people, and I think the only people that said Micah Parsons, and I could be wrong, but I think it was either Fresh. I want to say it was Fresh. It was either Fresh or LB. It was one of those two and me. That was the only people. And then I got Brandon on the train too. Brandon wanted him for a while too. I don't want Jordan Hicks. He gets too much money and he's injury prone. I'm good on that. JJ Arcega-Whiteside. I mean, he's a good blocker. So what you think? I think that we need to figure out what the hell's going on. I mean, look, at the end of the day, real talk, Rome. We've talked about this, you know what I'm saying? We had a really good live, honestly. Like, it was me, him, Tuck, and my guy, Skywalker. So we had a good live. We talked for about an hour and a half or something like that. And I told you guys straight out, like, you guys are the bar. You guys are what we need to get to. And it would say more about you guys losing than it does about us losing, right? You know, it kind of is what it is, but I didn't think we were going to go out there and look stupid. I really didn't. We just went out there and looked stupid. That's what I think. I have faith Smith will put. I have faith. You know what I'm saying? I'm cautiously optimistic. That's where I've been this whole season, right? That's where I'm getting back to. Because you guys got me a little bit too hyped after that Atlanta game. I was over here pouting my chest out, thinking we were going to be a little bit better than I originally knew we were going to be. So I'm back on that optimistic, cautiously optimistic. What's good, B-Tone? He said, I'm way more concerned about these coaches more than players. Decision making is so terrible on all facets, on all areas of the game right now. It hurts. In 2 games, he's been very bad. He doesn't have it, especially the arm talent. Yeah, I mean, and you look back at, say, I'm not one to say that he doesn't have it or he does. But right now, this is not a good trend. This is not the way you want to be trending. If he turns it around, then awesome. If he doesn't, I don't know, man. It was either Parsons or Smith. I would take Smith. If it was Parsons or Smith, I would have taken Parsons every single time. And we had that choice because even when we were at 6, I was saying take Parsons. I thought Parsons was by far one of the best players in this draft. So, you know, it is what it is. We didn't take him, and now we're going to see him go win Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Cowboys because that's what the Eagles do. The line ain't blocking long enough for him. How long do you want them to block? How long are they supposed to block? He's out of it. I mean, we can sit here and blame every single person. He's not making the right decisions. He's not making the throws. Like, it is what it is. And Malcolm, I'm not trying to, dog you or anything like that, but you have to look at it beyond just what went wrong. There's a lot of things that went wrong, but if you look at just him, there's a lot that went wrong with just him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the coaches don't make throws. At the end of the day, the coaches don't decide what you're doing on RPOs. He does. The staff is questionable. Why is Jay Jaw in Boston? It makes no sense. I know Boston Scott was getting a lot of burn in the special teams, and then Greg Ward gets some burn in special teams and is afraid to block a punt. Imagine if we got that blocked punt. Like, this game would have maybe turned around. I'm not going to say it would have been way different, but it could have turned around at that point. We were still very close. We just came off of a score. We would have had great field position. There was so many opportunities for this team to turn it around. And we just didn't. I just don't. Davion Taylor, I know that he had some scar tissue that built up in that calf muscle that, he wasn't at practice much. He was very limited all practice week. But we need him, man. I feel like he's the only guy that got some speed on that linebacking core. And Parsons went to his favorite team. Screw Parsons, man. Yeah, because dude doesn't have a quarterback. I've never seen you curse. The accuracy isn't biggest concern for Hurts, in my opinion. Too many balls behind. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you look at, and he's got to get better at it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I want him to be good. I have no hate towards, Jalen Hurts. It's just the product that we have seen is not what's going to get him another contract. Nah. If we do, we're idiots. If we go to Gardner, we're idiots. There's no need to. This season is about seeing who your quarterback is. Gardner Minshew is on a contract year next year, so if realistically, we might be in the same position with Gardner Minshew next year. If Jalen Hurts is trash and they move on from him, we might not take a quarterback next year if they don't think that there's a good one. They might trade back one of those top picks, try to just fill out this roster a little bit, give Gardner Minshew the keys for the year, because he went out there and he won a couple games for the Jaguars, and they had a way worse roster than we did. So I think at best for him, for Gardner Minshew, he's a bridge guy, until we get a franchise guy. I like Gardner Minshew, though. I'm not going to say a lie. I think he's a good player. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the list of wide receivers that won Heisman, I don't think they're really that good. I don't think it was really that good of a transition. We don't deserve Miles Sanders. We wasting his talent. Here, Doug didn't run the ball. Now we're here with Nick. Howie doesn't want us to be a running team. I think he plays a big part. I do too, 100%. Like I said before the season, RPOs are trash. RPOs won us the Super Bowl, if we're being real. Yo, Cowboys fan talk is a lovely feeling. Just know how positive they were after the Falcons game, and now they're panicking. Here we go. Philly podcast. Say we get 3 first rounders. What are you taking with those picks? I'm taking cornerback, edge rusher, and O-line or linebacker. Maybe. What do you think? Depends where they fall. Obviously. I'm taking best players available, man. And if one of those, if you're not getting a quarterback, all right, so this is how I said. If we end up being terrible and our pick is like a top 5 pick and you're not getting a quarterback, I say you trade back. And the only reason I say that is because then you can build out this roster. We need a lot of different things right now. And cornerback, I don't think I think cornerback right now is one of our strengths, honestly, but we're not young there and we're not cheap there. So we do need young guys, which we could have got CJ Henderson, but it is what it is. So, I mean, it depends where we are, but those 3, if I had to pick a random 3, I would say cornerback, linebacker, and maybe O-line, maybe another wide receiver. To be honest. I heard that. All I have to say is give Smith a quarterback and let him work. I respect that. I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I said before, yeah, I heard that. We are not panicking, but we just need to see better. Exactly. We got to be realistic about what's happening right now. Defense did good. Offense plays ass. Yeah, that's how it works. Welcome to Philadelphia, right? We don't deserve Miles Sanders. We were wasting. I read that already. I don't know why I'm going all the way around. Do you think we spoke too soon with Devontae Smith, or do you think Diggs is just that good? I think that Diggs is good. I think Diggs has talent, and he's going to be good in this league. But I also feel like when your quarterback is very predictable and just if I'm looking here, if I'm looking one direction, right? I'm looking right there, and you have to guess where I'm going to put something. Where are you most likely going to guess? Probably right where I'm staring at, right? For the whole freaking time. And if you look at it, he's just staring at Devontae Smith on half of these plays. So, if you look at Trayvon Diggs, like I said, he's a good player. He's going to be good in this league. But Trayvon Diggs did not have to guess. Trayvon Diggs did not have to make decisions. He did not have to hesitate. It was literally just all fires go. The first move that Devontae Smith made was the first move that Trayvon Diggs made. There was no double moves. There was no, hesitation. There was nothing. So, I mean, like I said, I do think that he is a good player and a lot better than I was giving him credit for. But also, you got to look at how this offense just basically gave him the playbook. I mean, it really is what it is. At this point, make Quez the one. He needs more passes thrown his way. I respect that. I definitely want to see more Quez. He's doing his thing. I'll give him credit. Smith just falling, got better on his feet. Yeah, he keeps on falling, bro. He keeps on falling. Yeah, let me stop. Yeah, I don't want to hear me sing. Cowboys literally showed us what a good run game is. They just showed us what a run game is. That's all you got to do is just run the ball. There's nothing that makes me believe that we could not have run the ball on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we could have got some good runs off them. We just did not run the ball. Shout out to Scheme Team. I've never seen that name. People who want to see Howie go. That would never happen. Lurie and him are both Jewish. They really, really stick together. He's been there for 20 years. I want to at least I want to at least just see like I just want to see it. What's it called? I want to see some type of change of guard. Even if it's Howie just admitting, listen, maybe I've had my hand a little bit too much in the pot and let me fall back and give this, to Nick and see what he got. But that's not what they're going to do. My texts are not coming through. What do you mean? Doug ran the little Nick only 3 times. The worst in NFL history, 9.5 rush rate, excuse me. Worst in NFL history. Why was he timed out? Who? Are people timing out? I'm going to have to restart my... Who's getting timed out? If people getting timed out, let me know, because I've been seeing other people's channel having issues with all the moderators timing people out, kicking them out. So, Quest to me is the number one. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, and it's even bad. That was a terrible throw. That was a terrible throw and it wasn't his fault. Jalen Hurts had like 10 people in his face. But, for Quest to turn around and make that play, man, was crazy. Especially if he's a smart Jewish guy. What the F? Totally didn't mean to block him. My screen froze. Oh, why y'all blocking people? No, I respect it, man. I respect it. Hey, we all upset. You good. Totally accidentally timed him out. My bad. All right. He fat fingered it. It is what it is. It's all good. Dank's good people. He wouldn't be doing it on purpose. I'm taking 2 linebackers. I might take 3. Our linebacking situation is terrible right now. 2 legit D tackles and setting the edge completely destroys RPOs. I mean, we won a lot of games with RPOs, man. So if you're doing it correctly, it's hard to stop. Derek Stingley. I would love to get Derek Stingley. We'll see if we're in a position to get him. Where we at? Start the dumpster fire. Just kidding. We'll be all right. Big facts. We'll be good. Hey, now, like I do usually, we give one day to the game, and then tomorrow we're on to, like Wednesday, we'll get back to regular football. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday, we're going right back to looking at Kansas City and what might happen. Shout out to Kansas City. We're going to have, let me make sure I don't say his name wrong because that would be my luck. But we're going to have Daniel Harms from RGR Football to come on here and just talk a little bit about the Chiefs. So, and maybe he can tell us something that'll make us feel good. We should have used their game plan against them, honestly. Big facts. Yeah, we should have just ran the ball down their throat. Yeah, but he did it on mistake. It's cool. He's good. Josh Sweat got a sack last night. What are you talking about him? Who said? I didn't say nothing about Josh Sweat. What did I say about Josh Sweat? Where them hurt season? What? Guns? It's not letting me post my link. I don't know why. It should. I don't have that disabled or anything. How do you feel about the Chiefs coming off a 2-game losing streak? It's gonna be tough, man. I had this game as a loss. Realistically, if you guys watch, I say realistically too much. Realistically, I say realistically too much. But no, really, I was about to do it again. But no, for real. Right before the season started, I did my preseason, schedule prediction, and I had us beating Atlanta. I had us losing these last 2 games, and I had us losing to Kansas City. So we'll see what happens. I hope I'm not right because it's a lot harder going through it than it was to say it, and it was hard to say it. TJ Edwards is solid, but Singleton and Avery are garbage. Harris is not as good as advertised. We need help. OG. I respect that. Yeah, we definitely need all linebackers. I like Harris as far as his mental goes. Like mentally, he's a very good good safety. Like he always seems to be in the correct positions. But I mean, I agree with you. He's just not aggressive enough. I got you. I'll give you a wrench right now. I drip don't got a wrench. I drip. You getting a wrench. He said Mahomes going to trash us. He probably will, man. It's not going to be a fun game, bro. KC offense turning the ball over. Their defense is already buns. That's the thing. I mean, look, if we can take advantage of other people's weaknesses, we can be a good team. But we haven't been able to do that. So I'm a little bit worried. Josh got a sack late in the game when it was basically already over, and it was him and Maddox got manhandled the majority of the game, and 49ers handled him. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I think our defense is fine. Like, if I'm being real, I think our defense is fine, but last night was tough. I can understand people getting nervous. Chiefs defense is buns. What that means, we can't score. Exactly. That's the thing. If we can score, then hey, if we run, we have a chance. I agree. KC gets us out of our game plan though, because like I said earlier, I feel like Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie want the Philadelphia Eagles offense to be more like Mahomes' offense, more like the Chiefs' offense. So whenever we go against the Chiefs, I feel like we end up throwing the ball 75,000 times. So I'm a little bit nervous, man. Alex Singleton isn't garbage because he's always around the ball. He has to work more on coverage. He definitely does. Defense is fine. What did you watch last night? The defense is all right. Our defense is fine. You're telling me that a defense that was out there for 20-something minutes in the first half and only gave up 20 points and scored 7 of their own isn't okay? Like, that's okay, especially against the Dallas Cowboys. I can see if we're talking about the Jaguars or some random team. The Dallas Cowboys have a disgusting offense. Like, it is what it is. Our defense kept us in that game. Like I said, we do need linebackers. Was Dallas defense that good, or is our offense that crappy? I think the Dallas defense is getting better, but our offense was just terrible. Do you think it's time to test out our other 2 quarterbacks, or is it too soon? We have 3 quarterbacks with yeah, it's way too soon. I personally don't want to see Joe Flacco in there at all, unless he's your last option. And I like Minshew, but I think it's just too early. You got to give Hurts at least a majority of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be completely out of the race before you really give up on Jalen Hurts, in my opinion. People keep saying put Maddox at safety. They haven't done it, so I just don't think they ever will. And Zach just looks lost when he's at cornerback. So I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but I mean, hey, feel bad for Ward. His TD is considered a garbage TD. Yeah. Hey, look, Greg Ward, he pissed me off yesterday, man. Greg Ward pissed me off. How do you look like he went like this to the ball? Like, he went like that when they punted the ball. Like, bro, if you would have punted that ball, man. KC don't got no run game. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't. Eagles by 50. I may have been off by a couple points. Shout out to BS3, man. They got a good station going on over there. I think their owner is like a Cowboys fan, though. Or at least the dude that I see. I don't know if he owns it, but they got a good little station over there, man. Shout out to him. I like going over there trolling him sometimes. Dick said he would play to player strengths. Could it possibly? Jalen doesn't have many strengths. I laugh, but it's true. I mean, this is why I asked. And I want to ask you guys again. We got 70 people in here. Please, before I get out of here, I want you guys to let me know. If you were running the offense and you had to get the best out of Jalen Hurts, what would you do? What is your game plan? Are you just running the ball all the time and not letting him throw the ball much? Are you throwing short passes? Are you doing screens? Are you RPO? Like, what would you do after seeing him for 7 games? What are you doing to get the best out of Jalen Hurts? That's my real question right now. So Nigel says run, play action, and deep ball. That's what we're trying. We're not running. I will say that. But that's I feel like that's kind of what we're trying. But I respect that. Try to keep it balanced, a little bit of RPO. I respect that. Running the ball. But I want to know, you guys are talking about offense. You're talking about getting the best out of the offense. What are you going to do for Jalen? What is Jalen's best attribute? Maybe that's a better way of asking it. Like, what is Jalen best at? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to hate on him. I'm realistically, put yourself in the mind of Sirianni and really sit there and have to say, what is Jalen best at? What is Jalen's best attribute? Is it running? I mean, right now it looks like running, right? The ability to maybe, extend plays. Yeah, Marvin, that basically sums up this whole stream right now. Shout out to my guy, man. Shout out to all the channel members in here, man. Most of the NFL is throw the score, run to keep the score up. True. So you would play him like a Lamar Jackson. Okay. Short throws. I respect that. He said Miles Sanders was on a milk crate, bro. I'm telling you, man. I got a whole what's it called? Amber Alert. I got a whole Amber Alert. They looking for Miles. They don't know where he went. He's good at fast-paced offense, know how to run the ball and set up the pass and work on rolling him out the pocket. Devontae. Ding, 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 ding. I didn't know a good answer. I'm not sitting here saying that there was a right or wrong answer. I love this answer. I love this answer because if you really do look at it, if you look at the games and you look at when he succeeds the most, it's usually in that 2-minute drill, right? It's usually in that last 5 minutes where they're speeding everything up. I love this answer. And you even say the run the ball part, and he becomes kind of that running back. That's why he has those 9 carries, because he becomes the running back on those quick pace plays or quick pace drive. So I love that answer. I really do. Jalen as a rookie is average at everything. Yeah, maybe average. I mean, average might be a little bit nice right now. Protect Hurts with the running game and a great defense. Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do. That's definitely what you should be doing. Damn, you guys comment fast. I'm not even mad. I was just laughing all night after a while. Like, you got to. I was just sitting here like, I was just mad quiet. Like, I felt so bad that I made my girlfriend watch that whole. I made her watch the whole thing. Yo. I felt so bad. And she's just looking at me like, it's gonna be okay, babe. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not gonna be okay. Hurts and Miles can take us far if they use correctly. I agree. Look, if we said this, and I say we because us as a family, we've been saying this. If we were a run first team, it would be beautiful to watch. I think we have the pieces to do that, but we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. He needs a run game to let him have more time in the pocket on pass plays. I agree with that, and even to just analyze that, even dig deeper in that, even just have time on the actual screens. None of the screens are working now because you don't run the ball. None of the RPOs are working because you don't run the ball. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to have options, but if one option is never taken, after a while, people aren't going to respect it. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel you. Once keep playing, we need that first round pick. Big facts. I see him like Colin Kaepernick when he was great. Colin Kaepernick had an arm on him. That boy had an arm. I don't know about that. I don't know. The defense gets paid too. I mean, my God, you can't just keep throwing. Exactly. Maybe. I really don't know. I really don't believe that it's on the coaches at this point. It's not that it's not that it's not on the coaches. I believe that it's more so our staff, our front office telling them that we got to be a pass first team. That's what we want to be. And then coaches come in here like, yeah, I can do that. And then they just don't do it. We've never hired, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure there's guys out here that their, Eagles lineage goes further than mine, but I can't think of one time we hired a coach who was a head coach prior to coming here. I think the only guy that we had that was a head coach prior to coming here was Pat Shurmur, and Pat Shurmur was our interim. So, I mean, like, realistically, like, you keep on hiring the same type of people, you're going to keep getting the same type of results, in my opinion. Jordan Howard being on the team is not going to change anything. We all need to stop with that. I really don't know why everybody keeps saying bring up Jordan. Jordan Howard is not going to do anything. We had 3 carries by our running back group last night. Where do you see Jordan Howard fitting in there? Like, that is realistically. It took time for Dak to get where he is and didn't quit. Yeah, but Dak always made the right plays, man. Dak was not throwing as many, just ducks as this dude is. Like, and we'll sit here and say that, they Dak and dunked. We made those jokes, but it worked. It worked for him. I would sign Deuce Staley as our head coach. I don't even know if he would want to come back at this point. That's a fact, Marvin. This was an entire team failure from Howie on down, from Jeffrey on down. Even Jeffrey Lurie got something to do with this. I don't know what yet, but does Eric Bieniemy still want a head coach job? Oh my God, I would love that. I would love that. Nothing gritty about this team. No heart. No heart. Yeah, he knew how to make the plays that were there. That's the thing with Dak. Exactly. Facts. Jalen doesn't have that physical talent. You know, it's not looking like it. We had a third, but got called back. Nobody wants to return to any Philly team. Unless they change up the scheme and run the ball, Howard is going to stand there picking. Exactly. Like, until we get to the point where we see, all right, we need a running back, you know, Jordan Howard can block. So can Miles. Miles was blocking fine. Miles can block. Kenneth Gainwell can block. He's just not kept back there. They don't keep him back there. He said we're soft as that. Yeah, I feel like we were soft. Dak was able to make the easy throws and take exactly. That's the big thing. Y'all Eagles, yeah, the Eagles landed, and look, man, one thing I've noticed with and one thing I can't read today. And one thing I've noticed with Hurts is he folds under pressure. His eyes get big. And I think Hurts needs more time to develop. And I think Joe Flacco should. I do, yeah. So you had me until that last part. I do not want to see Joe Flacco in the game. You had me to that last part. Y'all should not have ran off Andy Reid. You ain't lying, Willie. You ain't lying. Willie Beeman. Not like Jordan, though. But it doesn't matter. Like Jordan Howard is not gonna help this team. You know what I'm saying? Having somebody back there that makes it even more obvious about what you're about to do. Because if you have Howard back there and you're not passing, and you're not running, then you know, oh, he's going to sit back there and pass block. So let's keep somebody else, back as an extra defender. Like, we have to stop being so stone and chisel. Like, we're so rudimentary. Just, we can't be A to B to C. Like, we got to switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to say that correctly, but we're just so simple, so predictable. I can't blame old Eagle coaches for not coming back. Ben Simmons did that ish to himself. He's an excuse for a player. Exactly. Facts, big facts. I seriously think Howie is our biggest problem, but he is good at cap management. If we get a new GM, I would want Louis Riddick. I would not be mad at Louis Riddick at all, bro. Bring him on down. He talks that talk. I'll tell you that much. He sounds like he knows what's wrong. But speaking of Fire Howie, we do have Fire Howie shirts for sale. You know what I'm saying? They for sale. So definitely go to www.teespring.com/QB Factory and go grab you your shirt. You know what I'm saying? All proceeds go to the show. I don't know. I've always wanted to say all proceeds go to something. And felt like my time. But I am about to get out of here, man. I appreciate he said, no, this year is about Jalen, the coaching staff, and high draft picks. We're not benching Jalen because we're going. Yeah, no, it's big facts. Yeah, we did. I don't think we could have used Lamar Jackson correctly anyways. Harbaugh changed his whole team for him. So, we can just sit and say random teams, but I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Definitely go check that shirt out. You know what I'm saying? www.teespring.com/QB Factory. But yeah, I am about to get out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that showed for a little bit. Look, man, we're going to figure this out, y'all. We're going to figure this out. It might be a long year. It's probably going to be a long year. But at the end of the day, at least we got each other, right? At least we got each other. Other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It is Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here. Peace.
B. Scott with the Philadelphia
John
Eagles.
Dornbos here, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Edwards of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Follow my guy Joe Castro on his YouTube/podcast channel.
Let's give a shout out to the Philly podcast.
And shout out Philly and my guy Joe Castro. So keep on doing great things, guys. Fly Eagles Fly.
Fly Eagles Fly.
Go Birds.